So welcome to a very sunny morning here in Philadelphia. Firstly, I do just want to say though that I am really sorry that I did not upload a vlog on my channel last week. I tend to kind of stick to Mondays. I don't ever advertise Monday as my day to upload, but I try and upload a video at least once a week. But last week I didn't fulfill that because it's important to take a break every once in a while. Plus, on my trip to Bangalore in India, I didn't do anything. Not a thing. I literally stayed in bed in my pajamas, had a bath or two, and watched Love Island. And that's not interesting for a vlog. So I thought, with that in mind, I'm not gonna vlog. There's no point. And also, last week was a really good time to have a break from YouTube because the weather at home was lovely, which isn't a common thing at all in the UK. So I wanted to enjoy that. So I'm very sorry that I didn't upload, but I will be continuing to upload as normal over the next coming weeks, unless I let you guys know otherwise. But like I said, today we are in Philadelphia and I have 2 whole days in Philadelphia. So I have the whole of today, most of tomorrow, and then I go home tomorrow evening. So in terms of plans for this trip, I really didn't know what there was to do here. And a lot of crew that I flew out to Philadelphia with today or last night were quite shocked that I hadn't been here before. Apparently it's quite a popular trip. A lot of crew like to do it. And yeah, they were shocked that I've never done it before, considering how long I've been flying for 3 years now. I had a little look on TikTok mostly to get some inspiration to see what there was to do. And I have made a little list of things that I want to do in a particular order to make my day worthwhile. I will talk you through the plan, I think, as I go through it, because I don't want to say it, not go through with something and then have to explain why I haven't. So we're just gonna go with the flow today. I like days like that. I'm just gonna go throw some makeup on because I notice if I look a little bit better, I feel a little bit better in myself. I did have loads of sleep last night, but I am still exhausted because that is the bane of my life. But I didn't bring any like snacky breakfast bits that I normally bring with me in my case. Totally forgot, so I need to go get some breakfast because I can feel the hanger coming on, and I also need to down a load of water because my head is starting to bang. We don't like that. Well, that looks a whole lot better and I feel a whole lot better, but I have decided a place I'm going to go for breakfast, which I will show you momentarily. But I just wanted to have a quick mention about the beds here. I heard great things about these beds here in Philadelphia from crew, but I never got to experience it myself, and I thought, wow, it can't really be any different to other hotel beds I've experienced. I ate my words. This bed is incredible. One of the best night's sleeps I think I have ever had in a hotel while I've been away. I'm gonna try and show you how spongy these mattresses are. It's probably gonna be quite hard to show you, but I will do my best. Yeah, I don't think that's really quite showing you. Hold on. I don't know if you can see like how spongy that just was, but literally it feels like I am sitting on a marshmallow. This is definitely the best hotel bed I have ever slept in. Big words, but it is so true. So I've come to the Green Eggs Cafe. A lot of recommendations for this place. It is cash only, which is a little bit long, but I'm going to go for some scrambled eggs, toast, and some fruit. They're so lovely here, actually. Literally been here 2 minutes walk. I'll show you the food minutes. My food's already here. I've been here less than 10 minutes. It's so quick. Let me show you. Yummy. My breakfast was incredible. It was simple, but so good. And the guy who served me was genuinely such a nice guy. I tipped him really well. I often tip like the basic, but yeah, he deserved a real good tip. So he was happy, and I'm happy because my tummy is very satisfied, although I'm very full. And he gave me a little cup to take away my orange juice so I can stay hydrated. But first stop on my little tour today in Philadelphia is Love Park, which is where I am right now. I'll show you a bit more of Love Park in a second. But it's just a very small park in the centre of Philly. I've seen loads of photos from here, and of course I'm going to get some myself. There's a little caterpillar. underneath it and in the centre of it where there's some nice gardens, which is where I am right now. I actually only just found out today that America was declared independent here in Philadelphia. I don't know if it was this exact city hall, but there is an older city hall, I think, which is more likely it was there. But it's really nice to see some ancient history if you want to do bits that are like within the vicinity of each other, like Love Park, City Hall, and also down the road where I'm about to head to is Reading Market, I think it's called. Let me have a little look just to clarify. Sorry, Reading Terminal Market. So I'm going to head there now. Apparently it's a very cool place that is a must-see here in Philadelphia. I feel like I'm almost doing a walking tour with you guys today on the best bits to do in Philadelphia, which is actually not a bad idea for me to do in these places I go to. Look what I've just found. I think we'll be making a little detour. My opinion on Reading Terminal Market. Really liked it. Very busy. Lots and lots of food, like lots of little independent restaurants and stalls you can buy like little snacks or full meals at. Like I think I might go and get a cheesesteak in there at some point, because it looks like independent stores, which I'm more than happy to fund rather than bigger chains. And it's not too far from the hotel. I have to say I couldn't be in there for too long, purely because I was so full still from breakfast, still am. So every time I was looking at food, like really sweet things, like I had to look away because it was just too much. So I think I might go back there again at some point within this trip. I have to say though, I do see why everyone says it's an absolute must when you come here to Philadelphia. So a museum that we just passed, which is Wonder Spaces, was potentially one of the stops on my list. However, it's not quite open yet, and I don't really want to wait around for it to open because it's extremely hot right now. But it's basically a really cool interactive art museum full of lights and really cool like projected pieces of art. And if you didn't know, when I was in school I did art pretty much from when I started my GCSEs to the very end of college, and I really enjoyed it. I liked to do my own thing. I didn't really like what I was being told to do, so in the end I just kind of like disobeyed and did what I wanted to do and didn't really get good marks. That's the trouble with art, but I was really interested in this particular museum just to see what it was all about. But I might go tomorrow, or I could just leave it for another time that I potentially come back here. So I have just found an indoor shopping mall with aircon that I can walk through. This temperature outside is really getting to me. Like I really struggle in the heat. Like I'm sweating in places I really shouldn't be sweating, and that's disgusting. I need to stop and get some water in a second because I need to stay hydrated. There are loads of security guards that are running on the way of this mall. So I wonder if something's going on. Shall I be nosy and find out? This is Wonder Spaces, and this is how cool it looks inside. How incredible is that? You can see everyone running around, but an Instagram photo and that would be insane. As much as Wonder Spaces looks really cool, I think I'd prefer to experience that with someone else so they can take the photos for me. A bit selfish, I know, but I feel like I'd enjoy it better that way. I'm in Ross Dress for Less just to get another round of aircon, and there's an altercation going on right outside this store. which looks like to be a theft. So I'm kind of stuck in here until that's over. Okay, I totally lied. So Independence Hall is where America was declared independent. Obviously says it in the name. Should have really thought about that. But I am now at Independence Hall. I am slowly making my way sort of east. It's definitely east of Philadelphia, but I'm going to start making my way back the other way soon. But still hitting some more places that I want to tick off my list. As well as Independence Hall, you've also got Liberty Bell, which is just behind me in this contained museum. I think you have to pay for it, but it looks very ancient. I don't know if I quite want to pay for it, if I can see it through a window. It doesn't really seem logical to me. I just had a much needed hour sit down in Starbucks. I was just getting way too hot, way too hot. So I just had to regulate, and I didn't want to end up collapsing or anything. I know it sounds very dramatic, but it could happen in this kind of heat. You never know. And I am overexerting myself today, but I'm doing it with the intent to take it slow tomorrow. But yeah, I am now heading, hopefully, to my next stop. Here is a little hint of where I'm heading to. If you know Philadelphia well, I imagine you'll know where I am. So I'm at the Philadelphia Magic Gardens, and it's literally just made of mosaics and just loads of trash, as they would say over here. Literally, have a look. Love to come back again at night to see what it's like. That is pretty much my day complete. The only thing I didn't do was the other art gallery. I can't think of what it was called. Wonder Spaces, I think it was called. Didn't actually go in there, but I saw what I wanted to see out there. So technically I have done everything I wanted to do. So I'm just going to take my nice 20-minute walk back to the hotel in this glorious weather. My clothes are soaking. So I'm going to strip off as soon as I get to the hotel. 8 minutes to go. I'm now back and I stripped off within 10 seconds, got straight in that shower and had the coldest shower I possibly could. Touched up my face a little bit and put something comfy on because I think I'm just going to chill for the next few hours because my legs are hurting. I think I walked a lot. It's a shame that my phone doesn't track my steps. It used to, but it doesn't anymore. And I think I must have done well over 10,000 steps, but I would have burnt a lot of calories doing that. So technically I burned off my breakfast and I should be ready for a good dinner when the time comes. I do just want to show you quickly some of the souvenirs that I got on my little travels. So I stopped at quite an independent store near the Independence Hall. I did end up going into the visitor centre where there was a massive gift shop, but it was like $15 for a shot glass and my max is like $5-6. So I ended up getting a shot glass from this little store. I will show you what one I got. So this is the shot glass that I picked up and it's in the shape of a heart, which is cute. Like that one. I do like these sort of different shaped ones that makes them unique. The magnet I got was this one. Pretty much everything I've been to in Philadelphia today. And then I also got my mum a little pencil. She wants me to start collecting pencils from my travels, so that's what I've started doing for her. Another thing that I've got to do, but it's okay. So those are the 3 things that I got from the souvenir store. I did end up seeing some of my crew downstairs in the bar while I was on my way up to my room. And I did say to them if they're thinking about dinner to let me know. But it's not really set in stone yet, so I'll kind of wait and see what they say. But if not, I think it really might be a chilled one for the rest of the day because I've been so busy so far. We do have a Target round the corner, so I might pop in there a bit later. Get a few bits for my sister and also some other bits because yeah, a Target run is a must every single trip, even if I need to get stuff or not. But that's pretty much what I have in mind for the rest of my day. But it is still really early. It's like 3:30, I think. So I don't really want to waste too much of the day. Seems a bit silly just sat in my hotel room doing nothing. But I have done loads. So my dinner of choice for tonight is Wendy's. It's been a long time since I've had a Wendy's. And I did message Vic to say, what should I have for dinner? Because I just couldn't decide. And I gave him a list of things and he said Wendy's. So I ordered, it was a really good deal actually. It was like a 4 for $4.44 combo. So it's a cheeseburger, fries, nuggets and a drink for $4.44, which is really good. The only thing is they didn't give me the ketchup that I wanted, which seems to be a regular thing over here in the States, is forgetting my sauce. But I'm sure it's going to taste amazing because it smells amazing too. I am very sorry that the vlog just kind of ended very abruptly yesterday. I was eating my Wendy's and I fell asleep with the bag on my chest. And I woke up a couple of hours later with it still on my chest. So yeah, I was obviously very tired from my exploring yesterday. And I've also still got half my Coke left. And that's probably flat now, which is not my fave. So I'm going to try and power through to drink that because I don't want to waste it. While I was in Target yesterday, I did actually get myself a little snack to have this morning. However, the fridge in this room is a mini bar kind of thing. And they said in reception when we picked up our keys for our rooms that if you budge anything inside the fridge, it basically picks up that you've touched it and that it charges it to your room. So I looked in the fridge to see if there was any space to put anything and there wasn't. So I ended up getting a smoothie, which would be much better chilled, and also a yogurt, which would be much better chilled. So they are now warm, which I'm gonna try and eat and somewhat enjoy. But it's just a little bit something to fill me up before I try and have a hunt for a cheesesteak later on, because that's a must while in Philly. But I'm just gonna wait until shops open really, which is about 10, 11 normally, and then just have a little mosey outside and just enjoy my last few hours in Philly, I think. My back is really killing me from just laying down for too long, so I have got myself dressed, just casual today, no makeup. I'm just gonna have a wander around for a couple of hours just to get out, and I do have a mission to try and get a couple of like birthday decorations and stuff for Vic's birthday coming up in August. I feel like it comes around quick every single year. So I'm gonna do that and then just see where the day takes me. And knowing my luck, I will end up just wandering like a couple of miles down the road, regret it big time, and then have to walk ages back and go through exactly what I did yesterday and feel so uncomfortable. So we'll see where I head to. So I literally just went into Bath & Body Works because they had some good sales on. I'm talking $13.50 for 3 wick candles, which are normally $24. And they've got their autumn scents out, which are my favourite scents that they bring out. I actually found found a new scent. I'm going to pop it on the screen here, which smells incredible. Just as like a mental note for myself in the future to come back when payday happens to get that candle. But I only bought myself a sanitizer and a sanitizer holder for my bag because I like to have a sanitizer with me at all times, because I hate the feeling of having sticky fingers. Like, you know, when you're eating something and your fingers are all sticky and you've got nowhere to wash them. I like to have sanitizer as a backup for that, and also for hygiene reasons. It sounds really stupid, but I'm sure a lot of you agree. But I went to go put the sanitizer holder on my bag, take the tangle off, and look what I've done. I broke the sanitizer holder. I've kept the extra bit in my bag, so I've got it so I can try and glue it somehow, but it seems quite sturdy on my bag, even without that little extra bit that I've ripped off, but kind of annoying. I have just come back from shopping because it was getting hot. I've been out for just under 2 hours maybe, and I got most of what I wanted to get. But yeah, it was getting way too hot out there, and with my experience from yesterday, I thought it was the best thing to come back to the hotel. Also, another factor in that was my phone was on 1%. Didn't realise I didn't charge it last night, so I had to come back because I would not have been able to find my way around the city without my phone and Google Maps. So that's on charge now. While that's charging, I need to figure out a place to get a cheesesteak, because I was kind of scoping out a few places nearby that I could get some, but they looked like quite dodgy stalls, and I want to get one from somewhere that is a trusted place. So I'm going to have a little research into that before I try and get some sort of a rest in. I'm not fussed about getting a nap because I've not actually got long really. I've only got about three and a half hours till I need to start getting ready. But on my little shopping trip, I went to Sephora, which is literally next door to the hotel, and I picked up a cleanser. So I'm trying to sort of fade away from using face wipes now, better for the environment, that kind of thing, and sort of focus on using other products. And I've seen loads of people using the Inculus stuff, and then this is the oat cleansing balm, so I'm going to try that when I get home from my flight tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. And we'll see how that goes. I imagine it's going to be a great experience. I was really gutted as well. I was going to get one of the Rare Beauty blushes, which I've been going on about for so long. Didn't have the shade Bliss that I wanted, as per usual, because us fair skin girls really suffer in that department when it comes to finding our shades. So yeah, no Bliss was there, so I didn't get it. And plus I was also going to try a little mini Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood filter foundation. Yeah, they had little travel ones, and they had the shade Fair, which I thought would suit me, but I didn't realize they had like 3 or 4 different types of fair, and this wasn't the right fair, so I didn't get that one either. I thought that'd be quite nice to try for the flight, but it didn't happen. So yeah, maybe that's a good thing. More money saved than spent on silly little bits of makeup. But yeah, I'm happy that I treated myself to that. Plus I got the bits I needed to for Vic's birthday as well. So all in all, quite a productive little outing, but it is kind of frustrating that I need to go back out to get some food. So I just picked up my cheesesteak from what I believe to be called Cleavers. I'm gonna go with Cleavers, but it was very highly recommended on Google and just down the road, so I thought, where can I go wrong? I went in, ordered on the kiosk. I like ordering from a kiosk because then I can see everything that they have available, and I don't have the pressure of speaking to someone. I then got my receipt, stood by the counter as you would in pretty much any fast food chain, and they pretty much just shouted at everyone to stand outside and wait for their order. And I was like, number one, why are you shouting? Because, yeah, I don't know. Unless you're stressed and you're having a bad day, there's no need to shout. And 2, I was like, why are we waiting outside for our order? But it turns out they had a speaker outside to shout the order numbers out through, which made sense. It's quite a cool idea. I've never seen it before, but at the same time, in Philly, it's either really hot or really cold. So they have their customers waiting outside in 2 extreme weathers. So that was fun, being outside in 35-degree heats for 10 minutes waiting for my order. but I got it in the end, and the lady was nice when I left. Overall, I do give my experience so far at Cleaver's like 6 out of 10, but I'm gonna try the food and hopefully that bumps it up. I ordered the wrong thing. The insides are a cheesesteak, but I didn't choose the right bread. I chose a wrap instead of bread. Well, on this thing it said white. All it said was white, so I thought that would be white bread, but no, apparently it means white wrap. So I now have a white wrap cheesesteak, which I didn't know was a thing. I mean, it might be quite enjoyable, but I wanted to try an original cheesesteak. So maybe I'll have to hold off on that until next time. In fact, I have no choice now to hold off until next time to try an official cheesesteak, but I'm just gonna try this and just see how it is. This thing is an absolute lifesaver sometimes. That's really good. I ended up going for just like basic steak. I think it's ribeye steak they have. White cheddar sauce, ketchup, and loads of fried onions. And that's really, really good. I imagine it will taste really good in like a bread sub, as you expect a cheesesteak to come in. But the wrap is actually really good, to be fair. Maybe it wasn't actually a bad mistake after all, going for a wrap. So I have just had myself a little bath. I had a good little pamper before my flight. It's important to have a little bit of self-care before the chaos ahead. But I was basically having a look through TikTok shop while I was in the bath, just looking at makeup and stuff, because before COVID, I was really into my makeup. Like, I loved eye makeup. I really took my time every single day to make sure I put my makeup on and made myself feel good. And I've just totally lost that. I don't do it anymore. I only do it if I'm actually doing something, like going to see family, going shopping, even if I'm just going, like doing errands around my local town. I don't bother putting makeup on, and that's how I could tell I've fallen out of love with it. I just noticed that the makeup that I have at home, I'm just totally bored of. I've had it for years, and it's always exciting when you buy yourself a new makeup product, and I just haven't done so for a long time. Like, I've bought like little bits here and there for work, but that's for work, that's not for myself and my own personal time. So while I was in Target the other day, I bought myself something that I have been looking to buy for so long. I've had it in my wish list on Beauty Bay for ages now. I've got like a big long list on there of things that I want to get, and I'm keeping an eye out over in the UK as well as over here in the US to see if I can get it, because a lot of it's out of stock. A lot of it's TikTok trending stuff that just went out of stock within a matter of hours. One of those is, oh, I just dropped it. So one of those favourites that was in my basket on Beauty Bay was the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, which I found in Target for $10, so less than it would be back home. And this is supposed to be a dupe for the Milk Power Grip Primer, I think it's called. I never really thought I needed a primer when it came to my face makeup. I always used primer for my eyes. I still do when I do make the effort, but I never did for my face. And I thought, let's try it just to see if it makes a difference. And when better to try it than on a flight home when I'm busy, leaning on my face when I'm sleeping. And yeah, it's just a good test up in the sky. So I'm gonna pop this on today on my flight home, and then we'll see if it works. I also obviously got the Inculist Oat Cleansing Balm to try when I land from my flight, so I will try that also with you when I land home. But I have just bought 2 other bits on TikTok shop, like I said I was searching through. So I purchased the Mitchell blushes, so I got 2. So I ended up getting an actual blush, like liquid blush, which is in the shade A Shy Boy, and I also got a liquid bronzer, which is in the shade Hollow there. So 2 that I had in my Beauty Bay basket as well, but TikTok shop, I didn't know you get a bit of a discount, which amazing. I got both of those for £11. I mean, you couldn't really get any better than that. So I've got those on the way, and I'm just gonna start like adding some new bits to my makeup collection just to see if that makes me fall in love with makeup again. And I would really love to start doing bits of makeup on TikTok, because I love watching people do their makeup. I love watching Grace's faces. I really enjoy Amelia doing her makeup. just love watching people put on makeup and also take it off at the same time. So maybe I should start doing a bit of that as well as my cabin crew stuff. And as you guys will probably know, if you're a really early follower, like the very beginning of lockdown on my Instagram, you'll know that I was really doing like lots of intense eye makeup looks, and I loved it when I had the time, but I just don't have the time anymore. Anyway, enough rambling. I need to start getting ready for my flight home. But if you are interested in me doing a bit more makeup over on TikTok or even on this channel, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So I have just finished getting ready. Hair and makeup is done. I did try something a little bit different with my hair today. You can probably tell I've pushed back the front bits and then separated that from the back and just pushed that to the back without the parting going all the way, if that makes any sense. Don't know why I did it, I just fancied experimenting, and this is the outcome. But I tried my primer. My primer was really fun to experiment with as well, but I will let you know how it goes. As soon as I get home, I will come back to you, which will be in approximately 12 hours time, and we'll also try out my new skincare bits as well. See you then. Well, if you're still here in this vlog, I love you lots, because I feel like this is going to be one hell of a long vlog. I mean, I think you guys deserve it. It's been a while since I've done a longer vlog, but it is nice to kind of break it up with, I guess, shorter vlogs. 20 minutes I sort of see as a shorter vlog. But anyway, my skin, you're probably wondering how it's gone. So the flight was like 6 hours, but my whole duty in total was maybe 9, 10. And I will say my skin is oily. That's inevitable. Every single flight, my skin will get oily, no matter what product I use. So from my neck down, I'm always really dry, and my head is just oily, oily, oily. However, I will say that the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer really helped delay the oiliness. So I noticed I didn't really start getting oily on my T-zone, which is where it mainly happens, until like maybe halfway, 3/4 of the way through the flight. I guess once I'd come off my break, that's when I started to notice it. And then once I started getting really active towards the end of the flight, started prepping the cabin for landing, that's when I noticed my skin really become oily. And yeah, as soon as we land, the oiliness just takes over. So I will say I will continue to use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. It'd be good to see how it performs on my skin on the ground. So of course I'll do another wear test and see how that goes. But since I've landed, I have not stopped thinking about this product, and I cannot wait to use it. So I'm not gonna ramble on anymore. I'm just gonna get it straight on my face and get my makeup off. It is a very thick consistency, and it does say to use a small amount. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna follow the instructions and just see how it goes. I don't think I put enough on my fingers to start with, but from what I've seen everyone else do, they take a flannel and just dampen it and wipe the balm off. But I have to say, it smells really nice, and my skin just feels really like soft and hydrated, which is very much needed after a long haul flight. I like that. I think this might be my new best friend.